Hi, everyone. This is Brandon the Introvert here with Gaye Magazine. And right now, we are speaking with Noelle Adams, the first Black queer person and Black non binary person to own an emergency safety app called Culpability. How are you doing?
Thank you, family. I am unbelievable on this beautiful day.
That's good. Are you getting ready for Pride? I know DC Black Pride is coming up. Then the full on Pride is coming up next month. You have any plans?
I am. Look, I am excited. Hopefully, I will be participating in quite a few different prides and in a position to help our brothers and sisters and those that identify as non-binary to get home safe. That is the focus. Yes, we want to turn up, but we want to turn up safely.
We want to be safe doing that, especially during these times. Now, I know you were talking about getting ready for Pride. Where are you
Facts.
based in?
So I am in Atlanta,
Atlanta.
and although I'm in Atlanta, I am from Chicago.
Okay,
But I've been in
Chicago.
Atlanta several years. Yes, yes. Love Atlanta. It has definitely been a very welcoming place, a place that has allowed me to grow as a person in all the aspects of my life.
Mm, I love that. Now you went from the freezing cold to the hot humidity of Atlanta. What had you do that? What made you
I
do
did.
that?
So it wasn't a direct line. It was freezing cold. Then I went to an HBCU in the South.
Okay.
And from there, I took a little pit stop in Memphis, Tennessee, and also in Alexandria, DC, Maryland area. And then I found myself calling Atlanta home.
Okay, so you went to several places before you landed in Atlanta.
I
That's pretty cool.
correct. I did.
So I wanted to just get into it. I wanted to know a little bit more about you. From what I understand, you grew up in a law enforcement family, coupled with a background in information technology. Can you just talk about how those experiences shaped you and your career interests?
Absolutely. So I did grow up in a law enforcement family, and that experience taught me a lot about the commitment to keeping people safe.
Mm-hmm.
I saw how dedicated my family members were to protecting the community, but I also became aware of how easily misunderstandings and miscommunications can escalate situations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's what began to inspire me to create Culpability. It's a platform designed to bridge the gaps and make sure everyone has the tools to document their experiences, their truth, to connect with other trusted contacts, either emergency contacts, friends, family, and ultimately get home safe. Now, as it relates to my background in information technology, that has allowed me to see how technology can be a powerful equalizer. It provides a way for people to be able to access resources, to create accountability and real-time support. So regardless of who they are and where they live, they can be able to take advantage of technology. Now, our goal isn't necessarily about pointing fingers. It's really about bringing people together to create and foster safer, more connected communities. And I'm sure you know, in today's climate, especially with the rise in targeted attacks against LGBTQIA community, that mission feels more urgent than ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, as an advocate, excuse me, as an advocate for children and young adults with disabilities, it's important for me to empower individuals to
Mm,
protect themselves and each other, and to make every interaction an opportunity for understanding, safety, and trust.
mm. It sounds like you put your heart into this one, into this app. I wanted to go ahead, go ahead. Mm,
This has been a 10-year journey to be able to get to this place. So
mhm,
yeah, look, my heart, my soul, those crying nights,
mhm,
frustration, uh, finances, sacrifices, all the things that you do when you are determined to make a difference.
mm. And I know I spoke on your background in information technology. Did you always had the plans of making an app, but maybe just didn't know what it would be, or this was always something that like this was your ultimate goal, since you even went into school or was interested in tech?
No, it was not my plan. I did not um, have a dream 15 years ago thinking, yeah, I want to one day I want to create an app. No, it was by uh, life's experiences that led me here. I stumbled into technology, being in corporate America. My background is learning and development, organizational management, and large scale system implementations. And I had, in that experience of working in corporate America and also for some of the larger consultant uh, companies, I got a chance to be involved and be sitting at the table around implementing different types of technologies in these huge environments. So that provided me with uh, a little confidence, knowing that hey, I've been involved in some major implementations. Um, but what caused me to think that I could even create an app was a personal experience of a family member being wrongfully convicted and sent to prison due to things that were done wrong. And what got me to thinking was, if they had an opportunity to capture um, what was going on in the moment, then they could have had an account of what took place. And so that got me to brainstorming, how could we use technology that's in our hands to be able to capture and document different incidents, whether it's an incident between someone and a citizen, or someone and law enforcement, or someone having a bad experience in a business and the customer service was terrible. But being able to capture that, the details, whether it's video, whether it's a photo, or even an incident, and using that information later to hopefully get some type of accountability and transparency. That's kind of what got me on the road to coming up with culpability.
Okay, and sorry to hear about your family member. It sounds like that was kind of like a switch for you, and kind of redirected your focus, which is now has arrived as culpability. And speaking of that app
Correct.
title, what had you what led you to that name? I know you've been saying accountability a lot. Did that derive from that, or?
Yes, yes. So the name culpability was absolutely intentional. It's a word that speaks to accountability and responsibility. And those concepts are at the core of what our platform is about. So, again, the goal isn't to place blame, but to create a space where everyone can document their experiences. They can provide evidence and share their truth. So it's about giving people the tools to protect themselves and to ensure that their voices are heard, especially in situations where they might otherwise be dismissed or overlooked. And
Mhm.
it also serves as a reminder that we all have a role to play in keeping each other safe. Whether you're the person documenting an incident or you are a bystander witnessing it or someone receiving an emergency alert, we're all connected in that moment. So, culpability is about creating safety and fostering that culture of accountability, not just for individuals, but the entire community. So it's a call to action for us to take responsibility for our safety and for each other's well-being.
Mm. And I definitely got kind of that theme of not just empowerment, but having it based in community. When I downloaded the app, with the apps, I'm used to terms and conditions, but this one I saw there was a culpability pledge. So how did
Yes,
you? That was new for me. I'm used to scrolling through contracts and stuff, very individualized. So how did you
yes,
come up with that?
yes. So the culpability pledge was created to reinforce the idea that safety is a shared responsibility. It's not just about using the app to document incidents. It's about committing to do the right thing by one another, you know, on and off the platform. We wanted to foster a community where people genuinely look out for each other, whether that means stepping up to help someone in distress, sharing, valuable information, resources, or simply being a supportive ally.
Mhm.
Uh, our pledge is a reminder that culpability isn't just a tool, it's a movement toward accountability, integrity, and compassion, whether um, it's in our neighborhoods or our workplaces. We want to create safe spaces, and we all have a role to play if we're going to create these safe spaces, online and offline. So by taking the pledge, users are saying, hey, I'm committed to do the right thing by my community and those around me. And you think about where we are in this time in the world. There are so many divisions out there, and um, people are being exploited, and there's so many marginalized communities that are under attack.
Mhm.
And we want to strive to create a culture where people feel empowered to speak up, stand up, and support each other. And that's really what's at the heart of Culpability's mission.
Mm. And I feel like they really set the tone. When I first download the app, I'm like, okay, let me read through this pledge. I feel connected now, and it seems like,
Good, thank you.
yeah, of course. And it seems like it's not like what you said. It's not like a passive repository of just photos and videos that you can just store, but it seems like it's more of an active network,
Correct.
an active social network, I would
Uh,
say, where people can work
It
together
is.
to make wherever community they're in, whatever community you're from, a safer place. And like we said, that accountability aspect. Um, so with that, I
Absolutely.
kind of wanted to know, I wanted a step by step walkthrough on the app. So if I'm in an emergency, whatever that might be or look like, um, what would I do on the app?
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Okay, so what I'm
But if
going
you're
to
not
do,
happy,
I'm going to show you what it looks like. So
Yes.
that's what it looks like when you get logged on.
Okay.
And right here at the bottom, there is a SOS button. So no
Mm.
matter where you are in the app, and you can post on the app like you can post any other social media platform, right?
Right.
Matter of fact, I want to get off of that fella and just
Right.
go
Yeah,
to
please.
uh yeah, okay, that he needs no more, no more, no more.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so when you hit that SOS button, what
Mhm.
happens is this: it's going to automatically start the audio and video recording from your phone.
Okay.
And at the same time, it's going to send to your emergency contact a notification. They get that notification and they click on that link and they can see and hear what's going on with you in real time.
Mm.
They see what's going on. So whatever, you are recording, they can see. They can see, they can hear, they get another link that they can click on, and they get your GPS coordinates.
Mm.
And so I tell everyone, you want to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So once you do download the app and you put your emergency contacts in there, um, you guys should sit down and create your emergency plan.
Mhm.
And that's one of the things that we have. And we're going to be rolling that out, sending that information out, the template out. We have a culpability emergency template.
Mhm.
So the users on the app can then download that template and fill in the blanks to identify the various potential emergency situations. So
Mhm.
you can plan that out. You can role play that out using the app so everyone will know what role to play in case of a potential emergency. So that's just one of the features. Also, where you have emergency contacts, and I'm just going to go in here and pull up my emergency contacts.
Okay.
Okay, so I have two emergency contacts in here, one that's been requested and one that's an actual contact. And you see that little icon right there,
Mhm.
that's a video icon. Well, if I were to click on that video icon, it's going to video call my emergency contact.
Mm.
So, as an example, if you have one of your emergency contacts is, let's say, a lawyer, right, or a police officer, and you find yourself in an emergency, and you wanted to get them on the line, you would just hit that video dial button
Mhm.
and it would then get them on the line and they would be able to see you and hear you and you guys would be able to talk. And if there were another party involved, they could see and hear that other party. That's one way to help diffuse a particular situation when there's someone of authority that you're able to get on the line with you on the video call in the event of a potential emergency.
And it's recording
So
that
those are
call.
just some things. It's not recording that call. It's recording the SOS, but it's not recording that call.
Okay.
But there is, depending on your phone, there is an additional feature on the iPhone that allows you to record the audio, but you couldn't record the video.
I see. Okay. And for the
Yeah,
Android, for people who
yeah.
have Androids, is it pretty much the same thing with the recording the audio but not the video?
Uh, well, culpability doesn't record the audio. It would be the actual phone,
That's
the
recording.
actual device. So I'm not sure if Android has that feature, but I know iPhone has that feature.
Okay, I understand. And just to be clear, with emergencies, it doesn't necessarily have to be a medical specifically. Like it's not like this app is for specific emergencies. Like say another person is about to harm me, or it's a medical. It could be there's a fire going on in my building, and I need to
It can be,
contact someone.
yes,
It could be any type of emergency.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It could be you are walking to your car at night and you get a little nervous.
Hmm.
You could hit either the feature that's the video option feature, the culpability video option feature, or you could hit the SOS. I always say default to the SOS because the SOS is going to also provide your GPS coordinates.
Mm.
Um, that way, someone can be en route to your location. And not only that, they can see and hear what's going on with you in real time.
And it provides those. It provides the GPS location to the emergency contacts in culpability, or just in. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. I understand. Okay.
So it sends that link to your emergency contacts. And if you have a what's called a culpability circle, you too will be able to send that. Those things will be sent to your culpability circle. So, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about culpability circles. Matter of fact, I will pull it up here. So you can, and let me go into my subscription. So there are two different options available
Okay.
here
That's
in my subscription. One
subscription.
is, yeah, you have the ability, so you get two free emergency contacts. But if you wanted more emergency contacts, you could then purchase a subscription to be able to get more emergency contacts to be able to add to your culpability. And then there's what's called culpability circles. And with the culpability circles, I have culpability circled on my phone, and it's the family and friends plan, and I can have up to 100
Oh wow.
participants in my circle. So either one circle of 100, or I can have multiple circles with various amounts that all add up to 100. And so when you hit your SOS, the notification will go out to your emergency contacts and all of the individuals in your culpability circles.
So it sounds like SOS. Like what you said, it would be best for someone to click on the SOS, so you don't have to worry about who am I sending to specifically. It just catches it
Sending
all.
this to,
Right. Okay.
correct. It
And
catches it all.
and
Yes.
also,
Yes.
how much is that subscription? The You said the family and friends um
Yes, the
subscription.
family and friends subscription, it is for the year is $79.99, and for the month it is $4.99 a month. So either,
Okay, $5.
whichever a person decides.
$5.
Exactly. So, if you spending money at the Starbucks,
Right. Right. For a venti cappuccino with extra espresso shot.
okay, okay, yeah, an extra whip, you can just not do that one day, and you have your subscription for the month
Right.
taken care of.
That altogether, that Starbucks soda, that's 3 months subscription that could be going to Culpability.
Eh, Hello.
So I like that. So they get the monthly option, or if they just want a one and done annual option.
Yes. Yes,
Okay, I like
correct.
that.
Correct.
And then I feel like on the app, it seemed like it was kind of a timeline type of feel. Are you able to like
It
post
is. It
things?
is. Yes, yes, you can. You can post videos, you can post pictures, just you can post almost anything on culpability. And I would say what's cool about it, so even our like button, so our like, let me just hit it so you can see it. So when you hit the like button, there are lots of different options, but one of the things that we've
Oh, that's
added
cute.
that's different than any other platform,
Mhm.
you have the ability to select if something is fact or fiction.
Ooh, I love yes.
So right. So our goal was to create an atmosphere on culpability where the community can then be able to determine what information is not accurate. And you'll see a percentage of how many people have the felt like this information was fiction or this was fact. So that's one of the options outside of liking something, disliking something, loving something. We want to create, again, accountability and transparency, and just a safe space to be able to push back on things that may or may not be true.
And that's different because I've never seen that before on any app, and I just feel like the misinformation out there is getting worse. And then I feel like
Yes.
also the younger kids out there, they just sometimes I think they just don't know what's fact what's like fiction is what
Yes.
you just said. So I really love that. You can still have your fun. And by the way, you said you can post anything. It doesn't have to be anything like safety related or anything. You just post like
Yeah, correct. You could, yes,
you could post a
you
joke.
could post birthday stuff. Exact. You could post your turn up, and when you have your culpability circle. So with your culpability circle, you have the ability to post stuff that's only going to be seen by your circle. Um, you can make your
Mm,
circle either private or public. So again,
mm.
you have the ability to create the community that you want, that you deserve on culpability.
I like that. I like that a lot. And with the timeline, so is it so it's only the people in your circle that can see your post? Or do you have to have basically do you have to like what if I am a user with only the two emergency contacts? Can I still add other people that might have the app who may not be in my inner circle if that makes sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
So you can have, as it relates to emergency contacts, you have the ability to add emergency contacts that are on the app, and you also have the ability to add emergency contacts that are off the app. Now, the
Mm,
difference between the two is when you are or have deployed the SOS and the emergency contacts are looking and hearing what's going on with you, there is a feature inside that which will allow you to type a message.
mm,
And so those individuals that are on the app that are emergency contacts, they can respond back via message because you might be in an emergency situation where you can't talk
mhm.
and you need to be quiet. So you could communicate back and forth via the message. Now, those that are off the app and that are emergency contacts, they won't be able to communicate with you because they aren't on the app.
I see. Okay. And then I know you
Mhm.
also mentioned an emergency plan, which I love that because I just feel like you really don't know how useful and necessary a plan is until you're in that heat of the moment. And you're like, dang, I wish I had something. Especially during those moments, a lot of emotions are running high. So you may not be thinking, in
Yes.
such a clear way. So I really love that emergency plan template. And how could one access that again?
So we're going to be emailing out to all of our culpability users the emergency plan template.
Mhm.
And as new users sign up, I'm getting the development team to add that to like their welcome to culpability. We're going to see if we can have that attached. So when they do get signed up, especially for our goal is to be able to roll this out going into Pride. So as they get signed up, they can receive their welcome email and they can get the access to the culpability emergency plan template.
I love this. So like a little welcome packet, welcome you in, get your template
Absolutely.
on.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I feel like what what impacts do you see this happening? What's your desired impacts you see culpability having on the Black queer community in general?
Well, the Black queer community faces unique challenges when it comes to safety, visibility, and being heard. So, with culpability, um, it's designed to address those challenges by providing a platform where people can document their experiences in real time, share evidence if that's necessary, and then be able to connect with other trusted contacts, all while maintaining control over their own narratives. So,
Mm,
for our Black queer sisters and brothers and others, who are often overlooked, misunderstood, and even targeted. The Culpability app can be a lifeline. It creates a digital safety net that allows users to protect themselves and each other, whether they're navigating a tense interaction or dealing with discrimination or simply trying to get home safe. So, beyond that, um, the culpability community is, we're trying to build through the circle features where people can create those private or public groups that I referenced before, and they're able to share resources, discuss issues like real issues, and provide mutual support. So it's more than just about documenting of incidents. It's really about creating a network of allies who are committed to accountability and protection. At a time where hell, even our trans brothers and sisters in the military are being targeted and told that they can't serve in our military and put their lives on the line for all of us. You know, they're being targeted and discriminated against. So while all of those things are going on, and these discriminatory policies are on the rise, having a platform that empowers marginalized voices to share their truth in their own words is more important than ever. So it's culpability isn't just an app. It's really a tool for visibility, empowerment, and safety for those who need it most.
An active tool and an active friendly tool, especially for those who may not feel comfortable with, calling up law enforcement, or may feel
Yes.
isolated in an area where their friends and family
Yes.
aren't with them. So I definitely, when I
Yes.
asked the question, I already saw the impacts, but I just wanted to hear it from you. And you've done it in a beautiful way too. So I really like that. And
Thank you.
when I say friendly too, I feel like the interface is friendly. I feel like the interface is soft in the sense that you want to go on the app. It's not boring or anything like
Yes.
that. Like what you say, you can still have some fun, but we need to balance that out with you being safe too. So really
Absolutely.
love that, the spirit of that app. So what can you talk about the importance of culpability during Pride Month? And also, are you
Yes.
having
Excellent
outreach at
question.
any Pride events or anything like that?
We do. I have a little something in the works. Trying to partner and collaborate with some, I would say, some very important Pride folks, some Pride organizers, and we're going to see if we could be able to really share this with the community, because I know there's lots of talk around keeping our community safe. So I'm hoping that culpability will be in the conversations on how we can keep the community safe, and will not just be in the conversations, but we be part of the solution to helping us keep us safe.
Mm. Yeah, because I was thinking, I was like, I would love, just as a, say I was just a person just going to Pride, I would love to see like a book, something where I can get my hands and learn more about culpability to share it amongst my friends and family.
Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. That would be fantastic. So from your lips to God's ears.
Yes, yes. So, and I'm excited to see them collaborations you're talking about. You had one eyebrow lifted. I was like, this is some serious business. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be looking forward.
yeah. Yes. We working on a little something. We stirring the pot
A
just
little
a little
something.
bit, just a little bit.
So,
Yes.
what are your ultimate goals for culpability? I know people always talk about where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? But for real, where do you see culpability growing to, expanding to, outside the country, the world, things of that nature?
Yes. Another excellent question. So I would say the ultimate goal for culpability is to become that trusted tool for safety, accountability, and community empowerment. Not just in moments of crisis, but in everyday life. We want to see a world where people feel empowered to document their experiences, create and connect with networks, and hold each other accountable in a way that's accessible, secure, and impactful. Um, we want to foster a culture of shared responsibility where people actively look out for one another. Like I said earlier, on and off the platform, it's about creating safer spaces for everyone, especially marginalized communities that often go unheard or unseen. Um, we also envision expanding culpability beyond just individual users. We want to partner with schools and community organizations and advocacy groups to provide tools and training that equip to respond effectively in potentially dangerous situations. We want to be a resource for families, a network for activists, or for those activists to be able to help them create a network and a platform for people who are committed to protecting one another. Ultimately, our goal is to make culpability a household name, a tool that people can rely on when they need it most, and a community that they can trust to have their back. Um, we want to redefine what it means to get home safe, and to do so in a way that's inclusive, accessible, and transformative. So when you see someone wearing a culpability t-shirt or a culpability hoodie, that individual is someone who believes that it's everyone's responsibility to be responsible. That's our mantra. We want everyone to feel like, if you're part of this culpability community, then we have your back, whether you're in my network or someone else's network. You are a part of the network.
Mm-hmm. And I love that. And I think you spoke to this during just times of division. I mean, it really speaks to we are what we have. We have to rely on each other. We have to rely on these networks. We're in a community, a global community, a national community. We have to work together. And like what you said, hold
Yes.
ourselves accountable, empower each other, make each other aware. I love the informational aspect of the emergency plan. So I really do feel like this is a very cohesive um, and all around great type of app. Um, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, of course, and I want to see it as the premier app for safety. So specific, especially in the Black queer community, I want culpability. Well, I wasn't going to name some other app names, but I want culpability. I want culpability to be a household name, um, and
Yes,
really in the core of the community. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the future of
absolutely.
this app. So, where can people learn more about culpability? Where can they download it? What would they need? Things of that nature.
All great questions. You can download Culpability from the Google Play or the Apple Store. If you want to learn more about culpability, you can go to myculpability.com. Right now, we are doing some updates to our website, so it's going to look and feel a little more sleek. Um, it's cute right now, but we're doing every now and then. You just gotta
Yeah, do a little
upgrade your,
layer to it.
upgrade your. Yeah. We gotta do a little something, something. Um, and I would say those are the two major places.
Okay.
Download it, available, and it's free to download.
It's free, y'all. Free.
Also, yes, it is free. Free is for me. You look, and you get the two emergency contacts that are for free. If you want more, you gotta pay to get those. No one should have to pay to feel safe.
Mhm.
And that's just something I believe in. But we need to make money some kind of way so culpability can ultimately pay for itself.
Mhm.
Because look, I've been carrying this big old thing on my back for all the years, and have done the two jobs and
Mhm.
full time consulting to be able to pay to get this thing done.
Mhm.
Um, but it's because I know this was something that I had to do. So the sacrifice has been worth it. Uh, but let's help us. You feel
Right,
what I'm saying?
right. And once again, y'all, you can get Culpability from Google Play, the Apple App Store, and it's for free. Free, free, free. We love free. And then if you want more than two emergency contacts and you want to include more family and friends, $5 a month. $5 a month. Like what you said, the Starbucks order is
Yes,
double, maybe triple that for some people.
yes,
So please be sure.
yes, yes.
Culpability. CUL. Let me. I was trying to spell it out, but I
You
was
got
thinking
it.
I mess it up. You got the hoodie right there. Actually,
Yes,
CULPABILITY.
correct,
Yes,
correct. The word culpability.
yeah.
Yes.
Can you show off that the hoodie too? I love that color.
Uh, yes, and it's the owl. The
Oh,
owl
I
is
didn't
the
even see
mascot, the
that.
culpability owl.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
Let me just show you the
Yeah,
culpability
please,
owl.
please.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, because the owl is one of the only animals that can turn its neck almost all the way around. So it's like, who's got your back? Culpability's got your back because, we look in all the
And
directions.
all owl's
Mhm.
eyes are big, so it's
Yes. Facts. We see you. We see you.
we see what y'all doing. No, let me stop. But thank you so much for joining us. Is there any last words you'd like to say to our audience before we head out?
Absolutely. As always, everyone, stay safe, be safe, and let's continue to support and uplift each other. And, hopefully I'll see you on the Culpability app.
Oh yes, for sure, for sure. We're in this together, y'all. Okay.
Yes, we are.
Once again, that was Noelle Adams, the creator of the emergency safety app Culpability. All right. Thank y'all for joining in. See y'all next time.